Hi everyone, welcome to Fablab class, Digital Fabrication class brought to you by myself. By the way, I'm Jerome. I'm currently working here in Fablab Hall as the manager, and at the same time, I'm working as a university instructor under the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Industrial Design here in Bohol Island State University main campus. This program will focus on digital fabrication and learning the 21st century skills using the state-of-the-art facilities of Fablab or Fabrication Laboratory here in Bohol, specifically to laser cutters, 3D printers, Vaquform, and CNC milling machines. This will be also a study of machine operation, machine maintenance, to acquire a global skill and be competitive in the skills of designing and digital fabrication. There will be 5 topics that we're going to tackle for this program, and it's on your screen. So there will be introduction about Fablab and digital fabrication equipment. There will be an introduction and application of softwares, machine operation, digital fabrications, and product development, and of course, machine maintenance and basic troubleshooting. And yeah, and the topic 5 will be about more into compilations of projects and some portfolio making and so on. So let me start my topic number 1 for this session. Our topic number 1 will be working on the overview of Fablab and Fablab Foundation, the Fab Charter, Fablab Bohol, and the overview of Fablab facilities. So our intended unit learning outcome will to understand the concept of Fablab and digital fabrications, and the learning objectives are to identify the purpose of Fablab and to understand the way of digital fabrication. So now, let me introduce you about Fablab. So here we are. So Fablab, from the word Fabrication Laboratory, it started in MIT in Boston. But the idea of having Fablab came from Vegan Ashram, which is in India. And if you're familiar with the movie Three Idiots, the movie Three Idiots was a little bit conceptualized to that laboratory, which is the Vegan Ashram, where about making, innovation, design, engineering, creativity, and making things useful, or like doing something that would create impact to the community. So after the visit of Dr. Neil Grishenfield in Vegan Ashram, he built the first Fab Lab in MIT, and then the Fab Lab in Vegan Ashram was also inaugurated and known for Fab Lab Zero, which means where the idea of having Fab Lab. So basically, a Fab Lab is a place where makers, students, researchers create their ideas into reality. A Fab Lab is not a printing shop where you ask somebody to build it for you, but it's a place where you learn the process of making and creating stuff, like doing a lot of projects like initiatives and so on. So for more information about Fab Lab or different Fab Labs across the world or how it was established, you can go to fablabs.io and search the different Fab Labs initiatives and check newsletters every week or every month. So yeah, so let me start with introducing to you about Fablab Bohol, Philippines. So hey, so we are here in Bohol, and we are also here. I'm also here working in the lab, and I'm gonna tell you about the different practices of Fab Lab. What are the possible projects that you can do? What are different practices that we are doing here in the lab? So yeah, let's start this. I hope you will enjoy entire introductions, and hope you comment down below your comments and ask the questions with regards to the Fab Lab. You can also share it to your friends and so on. I hope you can learn with this subject. So yeah, Fablab Bohol is a consortium brand for local empowerment, and it is a collaboration program between 4 government agencies, um, We have here the Department of Trade and Industry, Japan International Operating Agency, the Department of Science and Technology, and the Bohol Island State University. These four cooperating agencies build this Fab Lab here in Bohol, which is the Fablab Bohol, Philippines. So when it comes to Department of Trade and Industry, we're doing a lot of product development and quality, branding, and so on to help the micro, small, medium enterprises in terms of products and putting quality to different products. And when it comes to JICA, or the Japan International Operating Agency, we are into project, disaster response, and doing some initiatives for community development. And for the Department of Science and Technology, we're into innovations, design, prototypings, and more. And of course, for the Bohol Island State University, where I am also working at, we are into quality education. We really want to empower our students to be more creative, to create more than what they think, or like quality educations and technology transfer. So yeah, so more details about it will be discussed later on. So just an information. Fablab Bohol is the first Fab Lab in the Philippines. It was integrated last May 2014, and just recently we turned 6 years already. So once again, Fablab Bohol is the first Fab Lab in the Philippines, and it is located here in Bohol, Philippines. So we call ourselves, or they call us, as the mother Fab Labs here in the country, since we are the one who started with the Fab Lab last 6 years ago. So also Fablab Bohol was the first Fab Lab in Asia who actually integrated and hosted Fab Lab Asia Network. That's actually like an event where we gather like 1 week durations, where we exchange knowledge from different Fab Labs across Asia. We present our best practices, our problems, our solutions in the community development, and so on. And then, yeah, we just share talks, and we made some networks at that time. So, but before that, I will widen that information later on after some slides. So, by the way, Fablab Bohol has 4 services. So, Fablab Bohol is a training provider where we conduct various of workshops, seminars, training, providing classes as well, and then conducting various of workshops like 2D designing, 3D designing, digital fabrications, machine assembling, introduction to different softwares, and working sometimes also with electronics, robotics, like um, microcontrollers, and so on, a lot more. So basically, FabLab Bohol provides a lot of trainings and workshop, especially during summers, and every month as well. So yeah, so also FabLab Bohol offers FabLab class to the Bohol Island State University main campus. And also FabLab Bohol also is a technology access center. So once again, a FabLab all over the world are actually not a printing shop, because sometimes it was being misinterpreted by different people that a Fablab is like a printing shop because we have different kinds of printers. But yeah, we do have different kinds of printers, but a Fablab is a platform for prototyping. It's more about on innovations. It's like a space or a maker space where you can make your ideas into reality by applying technology or making prototypes, as well as doing product development to continue, innovations and inventions, or actually we promote innovations in the lab. So when you come in a Fab Lab, please never ask somebody to build your projects, because in our lab we really want you to build it, and for assistance, the lab staff and me myself will just assist you to make that ideas into reality. So there will be like, technology transfer, sharing of ideas, how you could build it, because that's actually a sustainable education. Because one day or someday, after you learn digital fabrication, you maybe can also share it to someone, or you can also, let others learn from you on how to do digital fabrications. And also, the satisfaction experience is very different. Like after you build your project, imagine you build your project by yourself, and you learn a lot of things, the process, the step-by-step way on how to build it. It's very different and satisfying. So yeah. And also we are also a service bureau. I know a Fablab is a platform for prototyping, but because we want also to help our micro enterprises, we allow them to have a short run production for them also to giving them the ability to speed to the market. And we all know that Bohol has very limited manufacturing company, and some of the manufacturing company would not accept the micro enterprises on printing small, small numbers of pieces because um, they need into volume type. So instead of letting them worry about that, we want to help our micro enterprises for them also to grow. Their startup will grow as well, and it will help the whole ecosystem. So also, Fablab also accept benchmarking, and a lot of students are coming here from different country, different places here in the Philippines, just to benchmark the practices that we are doing here in the lab, and it's a way of learning education. So yeah, so just in case you love to be in here in Fablab Bohol, hopefully you could visit someday. So if you're wondering what's our lab look like, so as you can see, this is our interior inside the lab. It's vibrant. It has a various or diverse shape of furnitures and so on, and all of those stuff were actually built here in Fablab Bohol during my Fablab class in industrial design. So yeah. So by the way, Fablab Bohol also is registered in Fab Foundation and as the first Fablab in the Philippines last May 2014. So I have here a video presentation where you can check the different machines that we have. It might not be updated video, but I hope it will help. Let me play this one.
Kind in the Philippines, in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry, a Fabrication Laboratory, or Fablab, in Bohol, was established in May 2014 as part of a global network of local fabrication laboratories that nurture ideas. A space for co-creating, innovating, learning, and sharing knowledge. The laboratory boasts of an array of digital fabrication equipment, which include a laser cutter, 3D printers, a digital embroidery machine, a print and cut machine, a CNC milling machine, and an automated wood milling machine. Fablab Bohol, a place where ideas turn into reality, ideas that can improve lives, not just for Boholanos, but for all Filipinos.
Yes, so we have those machines in lab where will allow you to create or to develop your products and to do prototyping. Yeah. So let me go back to the Fablab Asia network. So as I told you a while ago, Fablab Hall was the first Fablab in Asia who hosted the Fan One or the Fablab Asia network, where we gather all the Fablabs in Asia, and then we talk about, we share about our practices, what are the different problems in our community, how we could solve it, and sharing the best that we can. Um, it's about sharing and networking and sharing some design, learning from each other, because I know it's very good to have with diverse people because you can actually learn from each other. So yeah, after the Fan One last 2014, the Fan 2 was in Taiwan, the Fan 3 was in India, the Fan 4 was in Saigon in Vietnam, and the Fan 5 was in Korea. So normally almost every year we travel into different Fablabs across Asia, and then we share different practices and so on. So just recently, supposed to be this year 2020, the Fan 6 was supposed to be in Shanghai, China, but due to the pandemic, I think it was canceled, and hopefully it will be um, open soon in the future. So yeah. So for the information of everyone, Fablab Philippine Network also is growing here in the Philippines. After we opened Fablab Bohol last 2014, at the moment we have 21 Fablabs who are already registered in Fab Foundations, and 15 are still on the process of registrations. And including the some maker spaces. And then just this year, today is October 20. Just last month, I no, no just last week, first week of October, we were in Bohol Island State University, another campus in Kandihay, where we also installed another Fab Lab there. So hopefully by this year, another Fab Lab in Bohol will be available for our Boholanas and for our all creative makers around us. So yeah, so we're very happy that the Fab Lab Philippine Network is already blooming in terms of having a lot of Fab Labs, because Fab Labs can really help a lot of people from innovation, design, and community development and so on. So it really helps, hopefully, to see more Fab Labs in the Philippines. So for the information also to everyone, Fab Lab is an international laboratory, and we have almost 2,000 Fab Labs all over the world, and that's all over 100 countries. So yeah, so let's do it. Let's build a lot of Fab Labs across the world, and it really helps a lot. So, by the way, I just want to share to you the statistic. It's not updated, but it might be, give you some inputs of who are the users of FabLab. So, the industry users, based from our record, most of our users are from academia, since, of course, we are here in the lab, I mean, in the school, where students are coming in and coming out, making their research, doing their thesis, or like doing some projects, like, yeah. And then the second one is from food industry. I think it's because most of our MSME, or the micro, small, medium enterprises here in the province, are into food. And they do a lot of packaging design, labeling designs, and doing product development in different kinds of, molder using 3D printers and so on. And you can see as follows. The third one is, I think it's souvenir items, because we all know that Bohol is a tourist destination here in the Philippines. So we do a lot of those things. And yeah, so let's proceed to Fablab Bohol, 3 areas of focus. So in Fablab Bohol, we have 3 areas of focus that will also cover the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So first is in innovation, second is education, and third is for collaboration. So in innovation, in Fablab Bohol, we do a lot of product development, and I know it sounds simple, but doing product innovations is quite ambitious, because sometimes we have to take risks, and sometimes we really have to put ourselves outside of the box or the tradition that we are into. So we practice different practices during the product development. So I have here an example. I have here a Japanese volunteer who tried to develop. Actually, we developed before this heat press machine, and before that development, this happened. Yes, that's the heat press machine that we developed with our Japan International Government Agency volunteers. And then, as you can see, it's quite risky. There are fire, there's an electric shock, and lot more. Like, it's not just, I was just showing you one example, but as you can see, we actually commit different kinds of failures and mistakes during the product development. And but we did not stop, because it's part of product development. It doesn't mean that once you're going to conduct product development, you can have the perfect output. Of course, it will undergo different kinds of mistakes, failures, and then take those failures and mistakes as opportunity for us to learn something new. The same thing with our class. Like, for example, if you failed in making our project, don't give up, because that's actually part of life. We have to learn the step-by-step process in it, and how we could solve it one by one until we have the final output. But of course, myself will not expect that there will be a product that is perfect, because we all know that we cannot actually have that, because it's quite ambitious, but I think there's no product available that is perfect. Even some of the gadgets available in the market at the moment has its own problem, and it's part of product development. That's why we call it product development, because there is always a development, and there is this word innovations all the time. So yeah, after the development, after the test, the process that we've done, finally we were able to create this project, which is the heat press machines. And this is currently now being developed under JICA and Keio University under the leadership of Yutaka Fukushima. And it's ongoing product development. They're trying to enhance its capability, and it's working now. And I hope it's working. I mean, like the new product is working at the moment because it's already outside in Fablab after we turn over it to the community. So, by the way, this heat press machine allow us to manipulate waste shopping bags and turn them into our raw new materials, such as like those materials on screen. So imagine your waste plastic bag or shopping bag becomes new material, and the shopping material that new material could be a new material for a product. So, and then also, this is an opportunity for us. We were able to build a livelihood program to the women who doesn't have job in the city. So our team working together to to establish this program or livelihood, and luckily, I mean, finally, under JICA, they were able to pull out this company. We call it Kore. Like I forgot the name of Kore. What's Kore means? But you can go to Fabla. I mean www.facebook.com Kore Associations, and then they are actually making different kinds of products. You can actually support them by buying those products or buying their raw materials. So yeah, it's available there, and all of those products are made of waste shopping bags. So imagine your waste become bags, shoes, or parts of your shirts, or even wallets, and so on. So try to visit this website and let us all support them. So yeah. So again, for that heat press, after the product development, we've made this product, that machine, and we have here this final outputs. So yeah. So in connection with that, also we have here a talking trash bin. This is actually designed by industrial design students here in BISO. So some parts of it was actually 3D printed here in Fablab, and then they're actually using a microcontroller. I know it's not micro. I forgot. It's ultrasonic sensor. Sorry. They're using actually an ultrasonic sensor that once it detects motion, it will automatically open the mouth, which is the white one, and then you drop your waste, and it will say thank you after. So imagine there's a trash bin over there in our activity center, and then it's a talking trash bin. So what we're trying to say about this one is actually we're trying to create a new way to attract people to do proper segregation, because I know and you know that if there is something new, you really want to engage yourself. Like if there's like a new things there, you want to engage yourself because it gives you interest to do that. So we're doing this because we really want to send a message to people to really to give importance about how bad if we will not throw properly our waste or segregate our waste. So we put this one in an elementary school in the city where the kids are, having fun with this one because, it will actually invite them to throw their garbage properly because, it opens, it's cute, and you will drop the waste and it will say num 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 delicious. So who does that? So yeah, this could be the solution for that, to invite our kids and to practice once still they are young for the future to be, to have this attitude of having a good and clean community, something like that. So yeah, so it was fabricated here in the lab. We 3D printed, and then they use some electronics parts of it. And yeah, it's a pilot. It's not perfect yet, but I can see that there's a future with this product or output. So the next one we have here, yeah, so we also have 3D printers in the lab, of course, And then one of our Japanese volunteer did some product development um, with prosthesis. So we have an amputee here in the city, and he used our 3D printer to 3D print some legs and parts of the body. And yeah, actually, it works. So we have also here some makers making some toys. As you can see, it's made of coconut shell, and some parts of it are 3D printed using our 3D printer, and then working with some electronic parts and so on. So it's fun. It's more fun, but the good thing here is like he understands the process of digital fabrication or utilizing the different machines that we have here to accomplish this project. It might be simple, but you know, the process, the stage of designing is there, and in the future maybe it could be market. Yeah, and we also have some visitors from different school, and this is the good thing of having Fablab all over the world, because imagine if there's a maker who knows already about Fablab and they went to a place where they want also to solve a problem, and then they can find a maker space or a lab or like a fab lab where they can create their prototypes into that space. It would be more easier for them. So imagine if you know how to do digital fabrication, you visit the different places and that place has this laboratory, you can just work fast. Yeah, right. So example here we have here from Sweden, where they really want to provide a safe water access to an island here in Bohol. And yeah, it was successful, and I'm so happy to see these makers coming over here in the lab and doing these projects or prototypes. And yeah, they try to help the community. So also we keep ourselves on also doing product development for local enterprises, and then we also try our best to really add value to every small businesses here in the province, like from simple packaging, the labeling, accessories, jewelries, and even souvenir items and so on. We really want to develop their products and turn them into more marketable, attracts more buyer, and hopefully they could export rather than keep on importing products abroad. And yeah, if we will keep on exporting our products, it creates more jobs opportunity for the people here, and that's what we would love to. So we keep on doing product development for this one, and as well with the productivity enhancement, we also keep on trying helping our MSMEs on the production side. For example, we have here this um, girl on the screen actually making ginger candies. And then the problem before is that they're actually using a traditional ice cube buckets as molder of the candy, and there might be a piece of plastic that is on the candy and it's not safe. So what we did is we use our 3D printer, we 3D print the different the form of the candy, and then we work with food silicon grade, and then yeah, we were able to create this food silicon grade molder, which is more faster than before. And some like soup and then souvenir items thing, we 3D printed and then we created molder for them. So yeah, so those are the different samples of the product development that we've done, and some of our product development um, is not available for online for some um, intellectual property rights. So let's proceed to the second areas of focus of Pablo Bohol, and that is about education. So when we say education, we create various workshops and classes, trainings as well. So for the record, I just want to tell you the users in terms of education. So mostly, we have from the design department who use Fablab Bohol, and then second is from engineering department and so on. So, and then for our workshop, we already conducted 82 different workshops, and one of our participants was the most largest population is from entrepreneurs. Yeah. So mostly are from entrepreneurs, and the second are into engineering and architecture, and third follows with technology classes. And actually, we have kids So in our workshop, not just, as what I've told you, um, we conduct workshop in diverse community. I mean, like diversity. Yeah. So what are the workshops that we've done? So like we conduct various of workshop like open day, fab summer, or free regular workshops in digital fabrications. Like for example, we work on 3D modeling, 2D modeling, packaging, working with textile, working with coding with kids, forming, create to help, a lot more. Like we really do a lot of workshops here in the lab, and that is for free, so you can enjoy it. Like, every summer we have 2 months workshop for free, sponsored. So also we have like Tuesday Thursday workshop where we work in just 2 hours every Tuesday and Thursday. What we're trying to do here in Tuesday and Thursday Makers Night is like we really want to know or to understand the different kinds of behavior of our ecosystem, or let's say the different type of people around us who are the makers in terms of animation, vector making, photography, marketing, or even like Lightroom editing. Yeah, so just that, like we just want to talk with them, like to create more or build the whole ecosystem industry, so we can bring this island to innovation island, something like that. So people are coming, like we have diverse participants, and also sometimes we work with some advocates like from Lights of Hope Philippines, my friends there. So I bring them. They are from Cebu and they came to Bohol just to teach our participants on sustainable energy. So we were gathering those empty bottles, waste bottles, and then we use solar panel and this small box with solar something, and then we work with LED lights. We just assemble it. So our participant assembled it for like it was actually 2 batches, and then we were able to build. I guess it's like 80 or 40 something like that pieces of lamps, and then we donated it into an islets here in Bohol, where they don't have this access of electricity, and it might be simple for everyone, to those who are having this electricity, but to those people who doesn't have the electricity, it's already a big impact for them. So let's go work with sustainable energy. And next is also we conduct various of workshop with our kids, like the kids creative help. This is like utilizing waste into a product design. So we have here I have a friend in Cebu who are also collecting this spoon from ice cream stations, and then I bring here in Bohol for product development. After I did product development with my colleagues, we try to work with kids. So we teach the kids on being creative. How can you transform your waste into a product, and yeah, the entire process of it, and it's fun. Like it's amazing. So as what I've told you, yeah, we have diverse participants. We have here from kid. There's a gender equality between men, women, and any gender. And then yeah, we work together and we learn together, and that's actually a good thing. Like if I may, I would like to encourage everyone who's watching this video to engage yourself to different practices or to different industry. Why? Because you can actually learn from them. You can actually also share your expertise. You can actually network with different kinds of skills, and that's a good thing because you can exchange knowledge and you can build network and you can learn a lot of things. Try to go out from your comfort zone, and that's a big thing. Like if you're into design, try to work with entrepreneurs, or maybe try to work with engineering, or you try to work with ITs, or try to work with any makers around you that you feel that you need that kind of skills. At the same time, they also can get some informations from you, and that's the good thing of diversity. And yeah, so this is what's happening at the moment. It's the Fablab class, and then I'm making this video because of COVID-19, because I cannot do a face-to-face class, so I have to record a presentation of myself and upload it to any platform that my student can view, so that they could also learn, or they could have this class online. So yeah, so Fablab class is available already here in Bohol Island State University main campus. And then this class before was only for industrial design department, and now luckily we have this as university subject, the entire College of Engineering, Architectures, and Industrial Design. So everyone can enjoy the class, and they have 1 semester for the engineering and architecture and 2 semester for the industrial design. So yeah, so what are the things that um, you can learn in attending our Fablab class? You can learn one-is-to-one training on the prototyping stage, and then the machine development, the machine maintenance, the operations, and so on. The things that I was discussed a while ago, the 5 topics. So yeah, so it's very good if we could do it face to face or hands on, so that you can learn it by hand. I mean, like, in actual. But I'm still looking forward that we can do that in the future. Hopefully, this COVID-19 will go away, and hopefully it will be gone forever, and we will proceed with the new normal. So hopefully. So some of our students are actually working with different kinds of projects. Like I have here, I just want to highlight of this, because actually I have a lot of projects, but I just want to highlight some of the projects that give significance for me. Like I have with that 4 kids on the screen. Actually, that's like a box, a day 1 to 30 box, where it contains medicines for grandmas and grandpas. And every 8 a.m. in the morning, it will alarm, and it will not stop unless the medicine is taken. Diba? So it's very simple, but it gives a lot. I mean, like, it gives solution to a very simple problem. And there's also like this succulents. I know there's a lot of plantitos and plantitas right now who are actually enjoying planting while COVID-19 is here. So it might help if you're working with plants that is, sensitive in too much water, or sensitive in too much sun or direct sunlight. You can actually work with soil moisture sensor that will detect the soil temperature of the plants, or I mean the soil, and then once the plants need water, it will blink red on the clear glass, and then once it's okay, it will blink green. It's very simple, but it gives, solution to very simple problems. It's fun actually. Like it's not perfect, but I can tell that the students who are building these projects are actually learning the process on how they could build it, rather than nothing, right? So it's not about perfection always. It's a matter of understanding the process of making. And that's a good thing, because if you understand every mistakes or failure, or every process of making that projects, in the future, you can actually create better than before, like something like that. That's why we keep on learning every now and then. So some projects also like making prototypes, working with different furnitures, from small prototype to actual sizes, from industrial designs. And I have here, so I just want to highlight this one because it's kind of cute for me, and it's amazing. The collaboration, the network here is very amazing. Like this one in my home accessories class, I asked them to have this smart home accessories projects. It's actually by group, and it is by 5, and you can see there's 5 products there, and most of them are into lumps because they're into by category. So I have here Rami will discuss you how does it work.
With this static sensor, you're able to control the device with just one tap. One tap to power it on, another tap to power everything, and the last tap to make it stop in motion. With that, this is the wall light switch connecting these 4 other products.
Yeah, so also I have here this one.
Here we have the wall mirror with an ultrasonic sensor which allows to detect motion. Once you're near the said mirror, it lights up. See your reading clearly with this mirror.
Yeah, so those projects are actually done through collaboration. So I ask my student to collaborate with different kinds of students. I mean, like to those students who are working with those electronic parts, because of course in industrial design department in our university. So yeah, so actually those projects are basically just like home accessories, just a plain home accessories. But what I did with my students, I told them like, you have to learn something new to different field, like into electronics, or like working with computer engineering, working with engineering, working with ECE, where they can learn different kinds of behavior in terms of designing. So yeah, it's amazing that they were able to build it, and then they were able to come up with those ideas. And I know it's difficult, but I think we were able to pull it out, and it was fun. Like I can say that the students during the time of presentation, they were able to give me the stage or the process how they build it, and then yeah, it's a good start. It's not perfect again, but I guess they learn a lot of things out from that development. So I have here also the different projects that they work with. Like imagine there's a lamp that will lights on automatically, and it will say "Welcome to Fablab Hole." There's a plants that will soil moisture sensor, a talking bookshelves, a talking wall decorations, and a lamp that will only lights on during the night, or and so on. So those things are not normally been done by an industrial design students here, but since I told them to engage themselves from different practices, especially to the engineering industry, they were able to make those ideas into reality by applying the design and the technology that they learn from each other. So yeah, so aside from that, some of our students also work with like manipulating with waste. Like for example, this there's a research about glass waste. So there's a glass that there's plenty of glass all over, the wine glasses all over, and you just throw it away. So what that my students did is like they put this into a solid waste solutions some down here, and then they crush it, and then they turn them into a new souvenir items. So they just 3D printed the form of it, they created a molder using a 3D printer, and they put resins in it, and it becomes a good output. So it could serve as a new community livelihood program. And aside from that, some of the students also developed this press holder or food holder, where they were able to create bamboo wood tiles. So basically, Bohol is a tropical. Actually, the Philippines itself is a tropical country. We have plenty of bamboos, and what we can do with the bamboos. So what we did, we try is like, how about turning that bamboos into wood tiles, or like a tile. So the students were able to create a molder for that, and yeah, the end of the day, they were able to bring that idea out. So I think that's only I can share about our class. There's actually a lot of more, the compilations of their portfolio and so on. But for the protections of their design, I may not can show you. So okay, let's proceed to the next topic that I'm going to tackle is about collaboration, or the three areas of focus. The last one is collaboration. So in collaborations, we really want to connect, to link, and to partner with different organizations, because I know that we sometimes some organizations has similar goal for the betterment of our community, but only thing that's missing is the partnerships and linking together, so that we could bring that projects into a good one or a better one. It's more the more the good the project, because you can just contribute in any part of it. Like somebody could maybe for finance, somebody could be for the organized, somebody could be for the location, somebody could facilitate each part of the program. So we have here some examples. It's not updated though, but those are the sample of the organization that we were partnered with. Like different organizations. Like we work with some programs like startup weekends, makes sense, and even like supporting local makers and so on. So yeah. Also, we work with some projects with our students. Like this is like actually two months workshop with in collaboration with the um, architecture department and civil engineering department. What we are trying to do here is like it's like a disaster shelter designing workshop where it's 2 months, and what we are trying to build is like we really want to create a house that could respond disaster. Like for imagine there will be a fire, a flood, an earthquake, and then imagine your house was being turned into ash, or like it being and then there's already a prepared like this. All you need to do is a symbol. So it's kind of like amazing. So we get that ideas actually from the previous project that we've done here with Fablab Bohol, and this is actually the wiki house. It's like 5 by 10 meters, I guess, if I'm not wrong. It's made of wood, and there's no nails and glue, just the locking mechanism of it. And then, yeah, it's made of plywood. We cut with our CNC milling machine, and it's actually 1:1 scale prototype. You can actually stay inside, and at the moment, it serves as daycare center. We built this one after the earthquake here in Bohol. The 7.2 magnitude earthquake last 2013, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it becomes a real output, and it serves as a house. Yeah. So also we here in FabLab also work with person with disability, where we want to provide them a small business or income. I know that's I know it must be supported by somebody, but at this time, this PWD students were not getting support so much. So what we did is we tried to work with the lab, and then we tried to teach them how to do digital fabrications, and then they created this small miniatures that can put this into the market. They can put this into the market, and they can actually sell this one. So yeah, so we also work with some organization restoring some of our museums in the province as well as in the Philippines. So those are the collaboration projects that we've done so far, and then I want to show you based from our practices, our conducted classes, trainings, and seminars. So what are the things that we have done so far? So yeah, I'm going to share to you the different success stories that we have here in the lab. So here, so the different success stories. So I have here Miss Crispina. Before she is just a participant with our workshops and events and users of our lab, and then now she actually expands her business into a big business, like and not like super big, but she were able to have her own laser cutter or machine. So based on her comments about FabLab, with the opening of FabLab Bohol, I saw a great potential of digital technology in our production process. And it gives me an idea that I can create and innovate so many things with our wood materials using laser machines and technology. FabLab inspired me to apply digital fabrications in our productions, and through the help of the SD setup, we were able to acquire laser machine, which greatly increased our production's capacity. So yeah, so Miss Crispina were able to have the machine, and she able to put her product outside the country. And it's amazing to see that before she just attends our workshops and seminars, she just also doing some prototyping here in the lab, but now she has its own machines. And that's actually the goal of having FabLab. We really want to inspire people to, to understand that there's a lot of opportunities for them if they apply digital fabrications in their businesses or even into their field. So yeah, another hand is we also have here Miss Christine. So Miss Christine is working also with um, the plastic sheets that I mentioned a while ago. It's the waste plastic shopping bags, and then she applied it into her bags, jewelries, And as the main material to attract, the main attraction of the material is those colorful things are made of waste. Imagine those waste shopping bags. If there was no product development happens, there is no this project. I mean, there's no this bags, these amazing bags and jewelries. Because yeah, based from her, is a space where creating and innovating made easy, so and so on. You can just read it. And yeah, and also some comments from different industry, maybe from corporation, from sole proprietorship, advocates, and young makers. So we have also here Mr. Roy, where he is actually working with this one. It's an e-trike. He is developing this one for more than 3 years, like that. So he told, based on him, he told that a lot of learnings and collaboration are happening in Fablab, and Fablab serve as an umbrella for Bohol startups and innovators. So we're still looking forward that Mr. Roy can finish his research, I mean his startups on this e-tricycle. And we are looking forward to that, Sir Roy, and hopefully to see that tricycle being used here in the city of Tagbilaran in the future. And I have here also Mr. AJ Verma. Mr. AJ Verma give us this comment that Fablab Bohol allows me to experience in the operation of the CNC milling machine before building my own machine and investing money in it. So yeah, so after the because Mr. AJ visited Fablab few times, and then he find out on how does it work. I mean how to do with 3D modeling, the CNC and laser cutting, and then after those visits, after those tests, he built his own laser cutter, CNC, and 3D printer. It's amazing. Like I really salute this guy. So he is really amazing. Like also some of our academic makers made into the top of research competitions after they use some materials that being developed here before. So it's amazing. Like some also high school makers, like for example, this is from San Jose National High Schools in Talibon, where they build this solar air mechanical hydro pump in the lab, and luckily they got this award as champion. So it's amazing. And the good thing now at the moment is like if you're wondering if what if there is an MSME who wish to do production, and then a Fab Lab is only for prototyping, how we could solve that? So we already actually solved that problem. So here in the province of Bohol, around us, around Fab Lab Bohol, we have already local firms who offers the same services as we offer. Like we have already their laser cutters, they have already their print and cut machine, they have already the embroidery machines, they have their vinyl cutter, they have laser cutters, and so on. So if somebody or a maker or like an entrepreneur or a micro entrepreneur wish to do, more than we can offer, they can go to different local firms. And actually, that's part of our success stories because we were able to empower these local firms to acquire this facility so that they could also help the local firm who are working with this kind of facility. So yeah, so we're very happy of this. And in education side, as I mentioned a while ago before, this Fablab class is only for industrial design, but now it is for the entire College of Engineering, Architecture, and Industrial Design. It now became university subjects. And I know that some of the department here in our school wish also to have this one because it's very exciting to have this class. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the semester, you can have an output, you learn a lot of process, the laboratory classes, it's amazing. And I can tell that because of the feedbacks that I have before. We've run this Fablab class for almost 5 years already, and it's amazing. So yeah, we also have like from former students. Most of our former students in Fablab class are now working with their own company, and some of them are working with a high or famous design industries and engineering industries, and it's amazing, right? So yeah, so what we try here in Fablab Bohol is really aim for a C impact for social impact, environmental impact, and environment economic impact. So we want to really bring people together in innovation for social impact. We want to increase productivity for economic impact. And of course, we really want to help our environment so that we could have an environmental impact. So yeah, so that is actually Fablab best practices and things that we've done in the lab and the things that you can be accomplish someday in our class. So also, I just want to share to you some um, projects that we've done this time of COVID-19. And I know COVID-19 comes, it's a new challenge to the new normal. So what we've done during that time that the government announced that there will be a community lockdown, what we did in Fablab Bohol is that with my staff and volunteers, first we do a lot of prototyping. So the most important thing that our people should have, and then we work with expert evaluations, we work with the different doctors, different medical practitioners, and then we do with product testing, and lastly, we work with digital fabrication for productions. And yeah, we were able to pull it out because of our volunteers, makers, sponsors, and to those people around us because they are very supportive to Fab the Bohol. And then finally, the first products that we made was the face shields. Like we use the laser cutter, the print and cut machine, and the 3D printer. And it's so amazing that we were able to provide more than 1,000 face shields all over the province of Bohol. And actually, it's not updated. It's actually more than like 6,000 up. And we were able to provide it to all the rural health units, local hospitals, and some agencies who need the face shields. And they're happy about it. Like it's so amazing that we were able to provide them an instant protection, because at that time the challenge is we cannot buy face shields anywhere because there's none in the market. I mean, you cannot buy in the market at that time. But yeah, after we were able to pull it out, and then the face shields are now available, so we stopped until the market can provide the face shields. So aside from facials, we were able also to 3D print some adjustable face mask buckles. This is to give comfort at your while wearing the mask, a face mask, because I know that you're wearing the face mask for like almost 8 hours a day when you are outside at home. And then yeah, we were able to 3D print some of this and we donated it into hospitals. So also we were able to create a swab booth using our CNC laser cutters, print and cut machines, and same, it still serves as third protections to the person who will do the swab testing. Yeah. And also we were able to create a swab panel. This is for eyelets where it's so hard to to be reached. So we were able to have this swab panel. We also have a swab kiosk with aerosol bags on the top. We were able to build aerosol boxes and 3D printed face masks using our 3D printer, and then some respiratory mask valve cover. We work with our 3D printer to create valve cover, because actually this is like a request of some doctors in a hospital, because they are using this kind of respiratory mask and they want to have this valve cover on the left or right side and front side. So we just bring them in the lab and we make those ideas into reality, and we were able to pull it out. And some just crazy projects like laser bag hook, or like while going to shoppings, or like avoiding touchings or whatever. But I'm not sure if it's effective, but we've made those things. And yeah, so those are the things that we've done. So now I'm going to share to you what are the facilities that we have here in the lab and what are the machines that we are going to work with this semester. So here, the first machine is we have laser cutter. So I will just run through with the machines, and in the future, I'm going to share to you one machine, one session, and how to use it and how does it work. So laser cutter, so this is a technology uses carbon laser to cut and engrave materials, and typically used for applications such as making prototype Mac apps and packaging patterns and more. So in Fablab Bohol, we have two types of laser cutter. We have Universal Laser Systems and a GCC Pro laser cutter. And aside from that, we also have 3D printers. Actually, we have 3D printers here in the Fablab, but I only highlight one 3D printer, and this is the Ultimaker 3D printer. So 3D printer can 3D print any 3D model you want to 3D print, as long as the size is not too big. Yeah. So aside from 3D printer, we also have a Vaquform. This is like a manually operated vacuum forming machines that can produce industrial grade plastic moldings while being compact enough to fit in the desktop. And we also have two CNC milling machines. We have the MD Expert A, a small CNC milling machine, and a shop with a big CNC milling machine. So the small CNC milling machine is capable of working with a very fine and detailed engraving, cutting, and carving and small piece. And the big CNC milling machine also is into the big size, like 4 by 8 feet of plywood and creating buildings, houses, or creating furnitures, or like creating a 1:1 scale big furniture, or whatever you like to do in actual big sizes. And also we have also print and cut machine and a vinyl cutter. So print and cut and vinyl cutter is just like a printer of your sticker for packaging and labeling, for precise graphics for signs, apparels, decals, and more, and so on. So we also have embroidery machines here, and yeah, it's just an embroidery machine. All you need to do is just put your fabric in it, and then you can just transfer all the designs, ideas into that fabric. So there will be more details about these machines in the future. Stay tuned. Please like, comments, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I will be uploading here all the video tutorials that we are going to tackle for this semester about Fablab class. For your assessment, there will be an assessment task, or ETS, about one on the basic concept and principle and the function of Fablab facility based from the presentations that I made this afternoon. So once again, thank you so much for listening. So I'm looking forward for your questions. So you can just drop your questions on the comment sections below. So thank you once again, and thank you so much for listening. See you next time. Bye-bye.